Ogbonna speaks on his gay allegations.
I don't know anything about your brother.
You lie, man of God.
Ikechukwu Ogbonna, professionally known as Ogbonna, who's a Nigerian film and television actor, model, director, and TV personality, in an interview with Hip TV, speaks on the recurrence of the gay allegations meted at him, stating that so long as those laying these allegations on him do not have any proof of his alleged gay escape, then that should just say a lot about the allegations.
All my career, it's always been there. We think he is, we don't think he is, but at the end of the day, you don't really have anybody that you can say, I'm doing Mr. Gay things with, and I've come to live with the fact that there are always people that would live off the fact that they see your image being tarnished, and for every allegation, there should be proof to it. For every allegation, there should be able to point at someone and say, this is who this person is doing this thing or that thing with. If you say it was IK married before, you know who you will point at and say he was married to. Does he have kids? You know where you will point at to say he has kids with. Does he have girlfriends here and there? If people will come out and say, yes, this I've dated him. But when you say he's gay, you cannot even bring your father or your brother to say he slept with them. Then who is being stupid at the end of the day? So I've come to a point where I really don't care about what people say, what people do, because if you go broke tomorrow or life bent for you, nobody would send you. So I live my life every single day. I owe my conscience, and that's all. And at the end of the day, I come from a very Christian home, and I hold on to my Christian values. So for all those people carrying that rumor, as long as they want to, they can continue. But it really doesn't matter to me anymore. Say what you want to say. At the end of the day, I'm who I am, and I have nothing to prove to anyone. That's it.
After a long time of silence on the issues of his controversial marital issue with his wife Sonia, who is the mother of his son, IK finally clears the air, stating that inasmuch as he is separated from his wife, they are not legally divorced, also adding that he's still friends with her despite their differences.
Well, my wife and I still say my wife because we're not legally divorced, and I've tried to stay away from this topic in the media everywhere. You would never find a place where I spoke about it. But Sonia is an amazing woman. She's the mother of my child. I have utmost respect for her. I think she's supposed to win Mother of the Year because she's an amazing mother to my son, and she's a very good friend to me. We have an amazing relationship, but as it's already known, we're separated. But she makes co-parenting very easy, and I must give her a big shout out for that. I wish a lot of people facing marital issues can learn to coexist and remain friends, at least for the sake of the kids. You don't have to be at loggerheads with someone because it didn't work out. Sometimes things happen and they don't work out, but at the end of the day, it brings out the best. It should bring out the best in you, not the worst in you. So let me use the opportunity to say thank you to her for making co-parenting very easy and not being a pain on my neck, basically.
Speaking on the cause of the incessant loss of life in the movie industry, Ogbonna, who urged actors to pay more attention to their health, had this to say.
Death is inevitable. We're all born in this world to die. By saying that, every single day that passes draws you a day closer to your grave. That call can come in any single time for anyone. And people have died from different illnesses, some of them from accidents. Different reasons are the cause of their deaths. But I just think that actors, with all due respect to the dead, we should learn to take care of ourselves more because our work is demanding. We get to film all night sometimes. We have little sleep. And switching from character to character is really not that easy because you're passing your body and your mind through stress. You have to be upset in this scene, the next scene you're excited, the next scene you're crying, and you have to bring it out from your depth. And all of these things count. Emotional imbalance. So you might think that in your real life you're balanced emotionally, but when you're switching characters, it affects you as a person. So you have to be cautious of the things that you take into your system. As much as you take care of your outer look, you have to be cautious of your inner self. Personally, I love to drink but I give myself 2 weeks every month where I don't take alcohol or anything, any toxic into my system. It's more like a detox week. Eat a lot of healthy things, and from time to time check up. At the end of the day, no one knows, because even the most healthiest people fall sick. So we pray for long life and prosperity for everyone, but let's pay more attention to our health and ourselves.
When asked of his take on the second lockdown to help curb the spread of COVID-19, he said this.
It has really destroyed a lot of people. I think we are at that stage where we should learn to live with the virus. Learn to live with the virus. People should be more cautious and take care of themselves better. Wearing the face mask. We need to take extra precaution so that we can still live. Because when we keep going in and out of lockdown, the economy is suffering. Let's forget about the movie industry. The economy is suffering generally. And if the economy suffers, the country suffers. So we need to find ways of coexisting and still carrying out functions and things with the living, existing virus. I mean, there was a lockdown, but after the lockdown, people are still doing what they're doing. If there's another lockdown, we would still get to the point where we need to call off the lockdown because we realize that we need to continue living. So I really hope that the government would not impose another lockdown, but at the same time, we citizens should be more careful and more cautious. Basically, that's just my take.
He further revealed the project he has lined up for 2021.
Working on in 2020. Started a few of them earlier, but because of the COVID, I had to put them on hold. So kicking back into them this year. Hopefully, we won't have a lockdown that would threaten the works. But I'm producing a few movies. Thank God the borders are getting open outside the country, so we can travel and work. So I'm doing a few projects of mine outside Nigeria, and a few of my works would be in the cinema this year too. Apart from that, business-wise, I don't like to speak about my personal business, but I have a new works in the pipeline, basically.